Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Sunday, the 22nd of May. This is your week ahead video. Guys, we're coming into this week and I see some divergences and I'm looking for a bounce, whether it starts Monday or takes a day or two. I think at some point we're going to get a bounce here in this market. And others are seeing it too. Jason Levitt posted stuff. Chris posted some stuff. We're starting to see some signs of a bounce. That doesn't mean we're in the clear. You know, please hang with me here. I don't think we're anywhere close to being in the clear. Not something needs to change. I don't have the economic information this week at this point yet, so you're going to have to be patient there with that. So earnings, we have a lot of China names coming in this week. We have XPEV on Monday morning, Zoom on Monday night, Best Buy on Tuesday morning, Toll, we get, look at and Canadian Solar on Tuesday. Wednesday night's the big night. NVIDIA, Snowflake, Splunk, boxes in there. And then on Thursday morning, Baba and Macy's and Dollar General and Dollar Tree and Baidu's in there. And then Thursday night, Costco, Marvel, Zscaler, Ulta, Autodesk, Workday, a bunch of big names, even Big Lots on Friday morning. Remember, next weekend is Memorial Day. That means the markets are closed on Monday, the 30th. So keep that in mind as we go into next week. So that said, let's go to the SPY and talk about what happened here. And I know I had to leave about 40 minutes early. And, sure enough, as soon as I left, the market took off and you had this big rally into the close on the SPY, some very nice candles here. And, you can see here, we came back, we closed above the 20% correction. I don't believe this is over. I believe this is temporary. By the way, we did not hit the 8-day. This is a bad candle. It's a bad print showing up everywhere. This wick never, ever happened. So just realize that on there. Okay, so what I'm thinking here this week is you had a big reversal candle here. We could have cratered this market. They came screaming back for it. So resistance one this week, the 8-day, currently up at the 395 area, then the 21-day sitting up here at 407, and you have a gap there to fill the 411. And then if this market really starts to get loose, it can push its way all the way back up here into the 50-day and not change the complexion of this market one little bit. I want you to realize what's going on here is this market is stuck in a downtrend. Here was your high from the first trading day of the year. That was the all-time high in the markets. We came down, popped up, got a nice big rally here, failed, came down. Now we'll see how far we can rally if we come off of this. Why am I so gung-ho about this? So let's look at a couple of things. First of all, let's go to sentiment. And sentiment here, looking at this, you can see here, I'm looking at the compact. Again, another very bad week for breadth, but had pushed way off the lows. And breadth is trying to make a comeback. That means the number of names making lows versus highs is trying to recover. We still have a very bearish signal here on the put to call. That's in our favor. Breadth, you can see, still kind of holding down here, but hasn't fallen apart. And this is important to notice. Breadth did not put a new low in with the markets this week. Breadth is held in. This is showing us that they're under the cover. There's some under the covers of the indexes, there's some buying taking place and improvement going on. Same thing here on the New York Stock Exchange. So we see this on both sectors here as we move forward into this week. We look at the oscillators. We're in the neutral plus 32 on the NASDAQ. So yeah, we would really like to be down here right now at negative 350. This is not that market, but we can run our way higher. And remember, we don't need a screaming market rally to make this work. On the New York Stock Exchange, dead neutral at +1. And here on the advanced decline lines, you can see here that they're all, even though Friday was weak, you can see a lot of them flattening out and trying to rally. So we have that going for us here. Okay, so you have that taking place here. You take away the SPY, the Qs completely hammered down here, also trying to hold down here. Look at this big area, came in, came off of it, very extended to the downside, very oversold. But the one that made me question this and look is the IWM. The IWM did not put a new low in. It made a higher low and pushed up. This is the one to keep an eye on. The IWM here has been trying to put a little strength in this week. This is important to notice. The VIX left for dead here, guys, and the honest answer is the VIX just hasn't been trading right forever, but couldn't even get back to the 35 area where it was when it put the lows in. Never even got above 30, 33. So it shows you that this thing is just, we did briefly, sorry, it's just not trading right. There's just nothing going on here in the VIX world. So what does that mean? And I'm going to put this video out for free this week. If you guys would like to join us, there's a link in the description below. Things I want to watch. Let's talk about some other things. Bonds perking up. 2 sessions now over the 21-day. This is good for the market, so it'll take pressure off the 10-year yield. That's another thing that's good for us. HYG, This is something else that's good for us. Did not put a lower low in this on Friday. When the market came down, it held in better. Again, just some small things saying we should keep an eye on this. So where does this put us this week? It puts us into a tough area. Let's start off with the firm. A firm here, gap up, held, very tight setup. I love it above the 21-day. That's trading at 26.46. Keep an eye on that for a move to the 50-day. I like that. The whole payment space is very, very similar. We'll put Square in that same space sitting here. I like Square above 90. The problem with Square is the 21 days sitting here at 92.58. So that could be a little bit tougher on it. UPST, I have concerns about. I don't think it should have gotten this huge bounce. It rallied from 25 all the way up to 54. 100% rally here on this price was probably not given. You can make the case it shouldn't come down this far. I can't. Bad report, but beaten here. I'd be careful with this name here. You got your 21-day coming down, but if it gets above the 21-day, it can definitely fill some gap. So we'll leave that into that space. Goldman Sachs looks the best of the banks here. Got all the way to the 21-day on Friday, failed, but held in better and closed right on the 8-day. And Citigroup as well. Warren Buffett in this name, it has to get to the 50-day. So if the banks rally, take this one to the 50-day. If you can get above that, then I would look up here towards the 54 area, 53.90, 54. So keep those in mind as we go forward. I'm also going to talk SoFi here. SoFi 8 is a big spot. It's going to have to clear that. If it takes that out, then you watch this little gap here at 839, and it can run some more as well. So, these names were strong all last week, worth watching. In pharma, J&J, big candle on Friday, surprising. They go ex-dividend here on what day? 23rd. On the 23rd. So that would be Monday. Okay, dividend comes paid out. Maybe they were coming for that. We'll see how it handles that. But if it can get up to this area, the next big spot up in this area is right around 179, 180. Pfizer also had a very strong breakout candle on this one. We'll keep an eye on this. Takes out the high. You see it move up into the 54 area on this one. All right, this is a slow mover, so just realize that. Okay, let's go into some cooler stuff. SE, not a fan of China names. This is not really a China name, but held in better, good report over the 21-day. I could look for a quick move to the 50-day here at the 99 area. That is something I would certainly keep my eyes on. EA had chatter on Friday late. I wasn't around for it. Takes out the 50-day and the recent highs. This one can run. It's been showing some relative strength in this market lately, and you have to always love names that are showing relative strength if it can take that out. This one can get moving. Nice little break of this downtrend here from a couple of days ago, still working rather nicely. I can't believe I'm saying pins, but pins has a little W formation here. Here's your down, your midpoint, your down, a double bottom, and up. If it takes out the 24 area and the high of this candle, then it can run itself back up into the 28 area. So I would keep an eye on the pins this week if you're interested. Roblex showed a lot of relative strength this week. Not a great day on Friday, but still strong. Takes out Friday's high. I would look for a move back up into the 50-day here at the 38 area. Roku, another name. Oops, hello. I hate when I lose my mouse. There it is. Roku, another name up here, going sideways. Next move up here would be to the 50-day. I like that. I would keep my eyes on that one there. That's at the 108 area. If it can get above this recent high, you can see how it's been kind of trapped in this lower little range. Use 100 there as the place to watch. Make sure it has volume. AMD has been one of the best names in this market of late in terms of a tech name. Yeah, it came in. Yeah, it did. Notice the 50-day. AMD, if you go back and you keep looking at it, has a history of respecting the 50-day, whether above it or below it. For me here, I would say this. If we're strong and it pushes, it gets above the 50-day. Forget these lines. These are from Friday. They don't matter anymore. This thing could easily rally back up to the 200-day. We do have earnings on NVIDIA this week. That's on Wednesday. So that's going to play and affect the whole entire semi market. I would definitely want to keep my eyes on the semi because they also put in a higher low. Again, we're looking for relative strength. TTD in this market also holding up nicely over 55. I could look for a move up to the 61 area in the 50-day there. Let's go to some of the bigger names. Let's start with Tesla. These are day trading lines. We'll talk about those on Monday morning as we move them around. These don't count right now. I haven't adjusted them yet. Tesla, I don't know. I don't know whether it's true or not. I read a couple articles that Musk could get margin called at the 570 level. I don't know how valid that is. So I just want to put it out there so you're aware that there could be some powerful forces that are trying to get him down there to take it off. For me personally, the stock's been weak. We have not been able to get to the 8 days since all the way up in here, since back in the beginning of March, and hasn't been trading lower. That said, if the market bounces, I think there's an easy pop back to the 8-day on this one up at the 731 level. It'll be lower when we open. If we cannot hold here, right, you start looking at the charts. And remember, we look where we did. We came in, we held this support. And you start looking down towards 595 and 600 level, and then even the 570 level. So you need to be careful with this one. There's a lot of not so good stuff going on there. Amazon showed some relative strength on Friday and held in. If it gets above the 8-day, I like it for a move back up to the 2300 level, and then we can see if it can get to the 21-day. Apple, huge tail off of the 132, 133 level. We talked about there being a void down to the 135. It came down, it poshed up. Next test would be the 8-day. Notice it's been failing at the 8-day on every test. So that will be a big test on that one. Same thing with Microsoft here. If it gets above the 8-day, I would look for a move to the 21-day. These names have been weaker. Bottom line is, we are overdue when you look at the SPY for some type of rally. Are we in a bear market on the SPY? No. Are we in a bear market on the Qs? Yes. On the IWM? Yes. Are most stocks in bear markets? Absolutely. So, realize that any bounce at this point is probably just a relief rally that comes in. We're going into a holiday week. Things are probably going to be slower in volume. Week after is a 4-day week. So just keep that in your mind as we go into this week. I'll post the economic information for you guys on Twitter and in Discord once I have it. And if you want to join us, there's a link in the room below for smartoptiontrading.com. We do this every day. We do live on Zoom from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 or even later at night. Setups, trades, option flow, what we're looking at, and we will be evaluating Bookmap this week. So you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I'll catch you guys live on the morning tomorrow at 9 a.m.